Hello grade 3, so now we have our last lesson, which is unit 10 lesson 2. What are some other simple machines? We talked previously about simple machines. Now we're going to talk about other kind of simple machines. Here we have moving up beginning. So basically an inclined plane. What is an inclined plane? Actually an inclined plane is a simple machine. So an inclined plane is a plane that is slanted so that one end is higher than the other. What does it mean, teacher? So let's see here. Here it is. This is a plane. A plane is anything that's straight, okay? So here we have a plane, but it's inclined. What does it mean? Look at my hand now. It's plane. When I will move it like this, it's gonna be an inclined plane. So it was normal plane, inclined plane. It's still plane, no zigzags, no anything. It's still a good line, straight line, but it's inclined. So we have a part that's high and a part that's short, okay? So this is what we call an inclined plane. Why we need this inclined plane? Those inclined planes actually are simple machines that can help us make our force or our work easier. If you can see, this little beautiful boy in this wheelchair can't go in a normal plane because of the stairs. In the other side we have usually stairs. So what they in a normal plane, so what they did for him, they did for him or for people in need for the wheelchair, some inclined plane, so it makes going up and down easier for them. May God help them. So yeah, here it is. So for the wheelchair, actually lifting takes a lot of effort, so the inclined plane gonna make it easier for them. Same thing for the wedge over here. It makes, when you use a knife to cut, the blade splits the food into two pieces. Actually, here, as you can see, using a knife to cut sometimes only with your hand is gonna be like very difficult. So in a wedge, or a wedge is two inclined planes placed back to back like this, okay? One edge is sharp at the pointed, the other, I'm reading here, so here it is. One edge is sharp and pointed, the other is wide and flat. If you apply the force to the flat edge, the pointed edge can split on things into two things. A knife is a wedge. That sharp edge of the knife opens a tiny crack. The inclined planes on either side push outward. So this is what we were talking about. So the sharper the knife, the less effort is needed to get the work done. So it means here when we have our, where it is, yeah, here it is, our wedge, which is, it has let's say a corner or a pointed corner. It makes cutting something easier and even more, yeah, that's it, it's easier for making something cutting, okay? So here it is a plane, but one side is very sharp and one side is normal. Again, with the knife here, it's very sharp. As they said here, the more sharp, the less effort, okay? So it's a kind of a plane. Now here we have our screw. Actually, this is an easy and fun one, because a screw is an inclined plane again, wrapped around a sharp, a shaft or cylinder. What does it mean? I don't know if you can see, but here we have the screwdriver turns the screw. The inclined plane on the screw pulls it into the wood. Here it is. So when turning it, it pulls it into the wood. Now, why we have those wrapped stuff around our cylinder over here? Those wrapped or circle motions ones in here gonna make the work even easier. while just putting them inside. Those over here, if you can see them, this is the inclined. So basically it was a plane, but they turn it. They turn it into the cylinder, so it makes the work easier, okay? So here, the thread around the screw is an inclined plane, as I said. Here it is. This inclined plane is not straight like a ramp. It spiral around the screw. As I said, it's just in a circular motion. Why? Because it's gonna, like here, it's gonna like dig faster, let's say. Okay, same thing in here for the snow or for the ice. The man is using an ice auger, we call it. This machine is called an ice auger. As he turns the handle, the auger pulls the ice beneath it up to the surface. The ice is the load. As it moves up, the hole is made on the ice. So basically, as I was saying, those inclined surfaces over here, or planes over here that are wrapped over here, what they're gonna do, they're gonna help making the work easier. So he's only turning the machine or the auger up over there, and then they're gonna do their work. The machine gonna do its work by its own because of those, we're gonna say, smart little inventions over here. So that's it. We have an input. An input is anything that you're gonna put it up over here. Sometimes you only use your hand, like in this auger machine. And here we have the load. This part, we call it the load, actually. And that's it. So it's a simple machine. So here we're just discussing some simple machines. How can simple machines work together? Actually, joining simple machines together gonna give us compound machines. A compound machine is a machine made up of two or more simple machines. So this is what you should know. When we combine two simple machines, any kind of machines that we studied in the previous lesson or now, the screw and those kinds, when we just combine two simple machines, they're gonna give us a compound machine. Okay, so there we have different kinds of machines over here. But before that, they are telling us simple and compound machines are all around you. Every time you use a tool, you are using a machine. So any tool you're using, grade 3, it is a machine. Sometimes it is a simple machine. Sometimes it is a compound machine. So when you use a compound machine, try to identify the simple machines it's made of. What does it mean? It means when you are using a compound machine, just try to think what are the simple machine combined together, so you have this simple machine. Now here, in this question, they said, how many machines can you find? Look at each, listen, you should open your page with me. So here is page 425. So from the beginning, you should have opened your pages. So look at each caption. In the object named is a simple machine, place an S in the circle and then name the simple machine. If the object is compound machine, you're gonna place a C in the circle and then you're gonna tell which two simple machines are combined, okay? Or up to make the compound machine. So the faucet over here, for the faucet, as you can see it here, is it a simple machine or compound machine? I will hope that you turn off the video. Please turn off the video, try to answer them by your own, and then come back and I'm gonna answer them with you here, because it's very important to think a little bit by your own. So for here, it is a simple machine because we only have one machine, and it is a wheel and axle, because as you can see here, we have kind of wheel and we have straight fixed thing, and then turning it, gonna turn the machine over here, the faucet actually. So this is a simple machine, and it's a wheel and axle. I'm not gonna write it now because I'm gonna have some struggles, but I'm gonna show you at the end. So the dustpan, actually, here it is. Actually, here is it a simple machine or an inclined or a compound machine? Basically, here we can say that the dustpan, you know it. We have it in our class even. When you take the one that you take the dust with it, here it is. Actually, it's a simple machine, and it is an inclined plane. Why? Because this surface over here, this place over here is really low, and here is high. Okay, so it makes us easier to just put the dust on it. So basically, here it is a simple machine, and it is an inclined plane. I'm gonna show you how we write it, but just I'm gonna answer now. Then we have the paper cutter. For the paper cutter, if you can see it in here, also we have it in our school. The paper cutter actually is a compound machine. Why? I will tell you why. Because we have a lever as well as the wedge. If you go back to our previous lesson, we already talked about what is a lever, okay, and we talked about what is a wedge. So basically here it is a compound. It's made of two. The pencil sharpener, actually we already took this example, and we said that is a wheel and an axle, and it is only a simple machine. So here is how we write it. So the pencil and sharpener, or the pencil sharpener, is a simple machine. It's a wheel and axle. The paper cutter, it's a compound because we have the lever and the wedge. The dustpan actually is an inclined plane, and the faucet actually is a wheel and axle. Okay, so yeah, that is for this lesson. That is for the science book. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you solve this exercise as well by your own. You're gonna tell me each machine is a compound or is it a simple. The answers are already done over there. I'm gonna picture the answers for you. Try to make it. It's very easy, very fun. I love you so much, grade 3. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.